You want to know the real life lessons in architecture school that they don't teach you? In this video, 3 secrets I've learned in school that I use every single day in my architecture business. So the first secret we're going to talk about is scheduling, and scheduling is key when going through architecture and design school, also in your real life, everyday life. What I mean by scheduling is key is that when you're in architecture school, you have many things going on at once. You're trying to design projects, you're also doing all the side courses. You have to be organized with your time, otherwise you're going to get none of it done. Scheduling is very important, and what I used to do in school was I'd have a little notebook, and from the very beginning I would start from 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 p.m., and I'd have my day mapped out from every single hour, sometimes even half the hour, so I would be able to have time for designing my projects and also studying for my other courses. The key for all this is the timing too, because if you're not scheduling your time, what's the problem? You're going to be running around and not having your designs done in time. Your design work's going to reflect it, and that's where you're going to fail in architecture school. I noticed that if I didn't account for my time properly, the designs that I was working on failed. And at that point, I realized, okay, I can't be in triage mode every single day. I have to be able to, in front of my time, get ahead of the curve. So by setting a schedule and being careful with your time, it's going to set you up for success in architecture school and also in the real world. Same thing when you're working on real buildings. You can't be doing things last minute. The second secret I learned in architecture school that I use every single day is sometimes you have to step out, zoom out before stepping forward. And what I mean by this is that when you're working on a project, you have to be able to zoom out of the project and look at a macro scale before going micro. You have to be able to zoom out and then zoom back in. And what I mean by this is sometimes you're working on a site plan, then a floor plan, then a detail, and it's not working out. You have to look at the whole entire project, the context, and zoom back out. This tool is very useful not only in school but also in real life, because when you're designing projects, you're considering the context, the zoning codes, and all the other things that are applying. This allows you to go back and forth, and that ability to zoom in and zoom out is very important. And you can learn that in school, but it also applies in everyday life. And the last secret I'm going to share with you guys is the most important secret of them all. And this one is controversial, but your GPA does not matter, experience does. And what I mean by this is that when you graduate architecture school, your GPA is irrelevant. And the people I hire, I don't look at their GPA. GPA is irrelevant. At the end of the day, I look as if you passed architecture school. At the end of the day, your GPA is one little thing that's a checkbox, but having the architecture degree is more important. And what's even more important than that is having experience throughout school. Someone that is coming to work for Austin Fox Architecture or any firm is having that experience on their belt is more important than any GPA can be. What I mean is that when I was working through school, I was also interning and working on the summers. This allowed me to have experience, so when I did graduate my class, I was ahead of the curve. My classmates who just graduated had no experience. I was able to get a job quicker and ultimately get my license quicker by having that experience. So your GPA does not matter, experience does. It's important, but make sure you get the experience by doing summer internships or working on the weekends, but get that experience one way or another. These are the real lessons and secrets that I've learned in architecture school that I apply every single day in my life. And here at my architecture firm, these things actually are being done every single day. So these secrets are what you need to incorporate when you're working throughout design school. It's important to, again, schedule your time accordingly. It's important to get your experience, and overall, don't worry about the GPA. It's going to come whether or not you're going to pass or not. You need to pass, obviously, but your GPA, whether a 3.5 or a 4.0 in architecture school, is irrelevant. Sorry, but experience matters. So those are the secrets I learned in architecture school that help you be successful architect one day.